Preparing for a speech for someone is always tricky. You try to plan and have something emotional to say, witty, intelligent, funny, or my personal favorite, embarrassing. I promised Amy I would keep the embarrassing part to a minimum. I must say that has been the most challenging part about preparing this speech. But I will keep my promise, otherwise Runaway Groom will be halfway up. Sometimes I look back on Amy as a child growing up and I laugh at so many hilarious moments we've shared, or I cry at how much she tortured me. When we were kids, Amy and I had nicknames for each other, Chunky and Zach. Don't ask us why or how we came up with these nicknames. We really can't even remember ourselves. I call her Chunky. She was by no means an overweight child, although she did have a chocolate problem as a kid. Forget having chocolate in the house. She'd go through every drawer, find it, poof, it was gone. Amy was quite the handful. A rather adventurous child she was. One Sunday morning, we were in our parents' station wagon, waiting to go to church. Heather and Lori were in the back seat. Amy and I were in the front. My dad left the car running and went inside to get a banana. Right? Amy pointed to the reverse stick. I'm gonna pull it, Sarah. No, Amy, I said. And with a devilish grin, she yanked it down in reverse. Flying down the driveway we went. I am screaming in terror, and Amy is laughing hysterically. The car flew over the stone wall and into the woods. Maybe adventurous is not the word I'm looking for here. Flash forward to our teenage years. High school starts. Boys start calling the house. Boys start hanging around the house. If anyone knows my family, you know that the Hannon girls are very, very, very protective of their sisters. My protective tactics growing up were a little extreme, but I did it with all the love I had for my younger sister. After all, this was payback time. A boy is coming over the house. What better opportunity to torture her in return? There was one boy she was friends with who I didn't particularly care for, and it was my mission to scare him off. I thought, how can I scare him off so much that he won't want to come over anymore? Well, I'm good at being gross and disgusting, I thought to myself. So one day when he came over to watch TV with Amy, I searched for everything nasty I could find in the fridge. Moldy jelly, mustard, ketchup, Cheese Whiz. I stuffed my sock with tissues, making it resemble a swollen, infected foot. And I slathered on my homemade rotten foot concoction. This was a real work of art. Hobbling into the living room, I moaned, oh, my foot, my gout, my gout. I sat in between them on the couch, rubbing my fake, oozing, painful sores, and with a traumatized sigh of relief, I removed my bloody sock and threw it out. I don't think Amy has ever been as angry with me as she was then, but I think she's forgiven me though. So enough of the embarrassing stories. If I could sit here and list all the wonderful things about my sister, we would be here for a long time. Amy is an incredibly loyal and devoted friend, and this is by far one of her best traits. Anytime her sister is suffering a terrible heartbreak from an ex, she is so quick to stand up to protect her sisters and unravel her wrath. Sean and Polly, watch out. The mama bear in her is strong and unbelievably loving. A common bond we all share as Hannon sisters. She is an incredible role model to her younger siblings, and that is something I truly admire about her. Scotty, I don't have one complaint about you. Besides your bizarre, strange hatred for fruit. With my overprotective and unrealistic high expectations, I never ever thought my sister would find a man that I would approve of. You've gone above and beyond to exceed them, Scotty. You could not be a more perfect fit for my baby sister. You are true blue. You have a one-of-a-kind woman to share your life with. You make her so, so happy. And if I hear otherwise, well, I hope you have a good hiding place for those expensive golf clubs. I love you both so much. Cheers,
Thanks, Sarah. And now a few words from our best man, Teddy.
Alright, hello everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Teddy, and I am Scott's older brother. I am the taller, better looking, and more athletically gifted brother. But, moving on. As Scotty and I have grown older, we have become closer as brothers and also as friends. Because of how well I know my little brother, there were a couple moments that stuck out to me when I think of his relationship with Amy. So first, going back to November of 2006, their first date. They left. A couple hours later, Scotty comes back. Nothing seems to be that odd, but he walks in with a to-go container. And I open it up, and there is a full rack of ribs, as well as a full order of French fries. And I'm thinking, wow, I have the best brother in the world. He goes out on a first date and was thinking of me sitting at home wanting to bring me ribs. The truth of the story is that he was so nervous being on his first date with the wonderful Amy Hannon that he couldn't eat. Now, for any of you who know Scotty, him not eating is a pretty large task. It doesn't happen very often. So moving on, approximately 4 weeks later, I go to get into my Ford Explorer to go off to school. And sitting in the center console is a note. And I'm thinking, why is there a note in my car? So I open it up and glance over it, and it's a note from Scotty to Amy. And in this note, he tells her that he loves her. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that's puppy love. They haven't even been together for a month and he's going to tell her that he loves her? Oh, what is he doing? So, apparently he knew what he was doing in the long run. Moving on. Most people would say that it was that first date that started their relationship. But for me, if you go back several months before, July of 2006, Scotty and I were on our way down to the Cape to spend a weekend at my Aunt Nancy's. And we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a couple drinks. And Scotty went inside, and it was like something from like a comic book. He stepped outside, and he had these big googly eyes. It was like there was little hearts coming off of him, and it was like he was struck by Cupid's arrow. There's no other way for me to describe it. And he came into the car and he just said, I just saw Amy Hannon. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, she looks really good. So it was because of all of these moments that I knew Scotty and Amy had something special. And clearly, from these stories, it didn't take him long to know that he loved Amy. And it didn't take the rest of our family long to love her too. So, Amy, we all love you so much. Scotty.
say blessing in here because, hey, this is where the microphones are.
Wow, I get to follow those. That's awesome. I'll keep this very short. You all got to hear enough from me earlier. Listen, let's just pray over Scott and Amy and then over the okay? Father God, thank you so much for the opportunity to be gathered here and to celebrate together Scott and Amy's union. Lord, I pray that your hand of favor and blessing would be upon their union from this day forward. I pray that you would cause them to fall more and more in love with one another each day that passes. And I pray that as the years go by, memories would be created that we would all celebrate with them. Lord, we ask your favor on this time tonight and that you would bless this food in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way into the dining room. Enjoy dinner. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
I just saw someone like charging after.
You're done. Put this